I'm going to be joined right now by Ken Turkel. He's an attorney who has represented high-profile figures like Sarah Palin, Hulk Hogan in defamation cases. He's been following the case closely. Thanks so much for coming on. So legally speaking, which side does this recording help?
I'm not sure, Jesse, that's a matter, and thanks for having me, of legal analysis. It's a factually intensive case. These complaints, these dueling complaints are like 85 and 93 pages long. They plead evidence, as we would say in the profession, not broad, factual, ultimate factual points, but really granular evidence. And so, the way it's breaking down, and it's both an interesting case and in some respects just too much drama, but sides are very polarized. If you're reading it from the perspective of Baldoni and you're inclined to sort of viscerally accept his version, then it can be very positive for him. It sounds sincere. It doesn't sound like someone who's been engaging in harassing conduct or who is unwilling to own his own behavior. It's organic. It kind of comes out very spontaneously, not overly planned. You look at on the other side, you could say that there's parts of it that sound somewhat creepy. The reference to breasts and all that, could certainly be played in. That's my point.
That's my point. If he's the director and co-star and helped produce the movie, don't those comments on its face, even if well-intentioned, isn't that a form of a hostile work environment or sexual harassment? If we could put this up real quick. So this is another comment that he makes. There's nothing more exciting to me that I get to work with Blake Lively and have all of her. I mean, that's what I want. Now, I'm not suggesting that is a sexual undertone, but should, the boss of the set be writing this? If she's alleging that he sexually harassed her, that voice note, is that a smoking gun?
I wouldn't call it a smoking gun. The standard for hostile environment is severe and pervasive. One-off comment alone doesn't do it. There's different kinds of sexual harassment, quid pro quo, where you're trying to trade sexual favors for employment advancement, things like that. Hostile environment has to be severe and pervasive. Look, these are innuendo. You can read that a number of different ways. Obviously, it's not the best language in the world, and it leaves it open to that version of things, right?
Then going the other side, right? If he is able to establish that he was being bullied, that she was taking control of the film, does that mean that she wasn't harassed? Because he agreed to that 30-point list of demands from her on things that needed to change on the set when production resumed. Things like showing no nude videos or photos to Blake Lively. He's denied the allegations. But, if he's able to prove she was in control of the set, how much of that is a win for his case?
Again, these are factual contentions within a broader legal framework, right? So in the defense of the sexual harassment case, I think the card that they will play is, look, we were dealing with what they've characterized as a very sort of mercenary, self-interested star. Right. And it was my film, my direction, and that's how it works, and it's verboten to play that card.
Yeah.
I think that what's critical to me, like coming down, like just very much Ken Turkel and looking at this, what do you do if you're Blake Lively? If it was that bad, Jesse?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You walk. You deal with the breach
she has the power. She's an A-list star, has A-list backing. Right. I hear you.
The big A-lister in it. So,
yeah, Ken, I wish we had a little bit more time. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming.
We were just getting into it, Jesse.
I know. I need more time to break it down. Next time.
The voice failed. I'll come back. All right. Thank you for having me, man.
Of course.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.